Good morning, all you beautiful people. This is a video series I'm going to be continuing about some historical articles on Elvis Presley. Before I get started, please make sure you have liked the video, that you have not only subscribed but hit all notifications. It's that little bell, you darken it out. And check out the products at some point after the video, or you can open them up during the video as well if you'd like. If you want to become a member, that'd be awesome as well. I'm going to do a shout out to a new member and to all the members here in the next video. So let's get started. This is pretty awesome. He's the greatest of all time. Zealous fans jam War Memorial to see Elvis. Elvis fans pack War Memorial. This particular article was written by Ezra Greenhouse. Richard Hess and Patricia Ann Cervone drove from Long Island to sit in the very last row of seats on the floor of the sold-out War Memorial last night. They will follow Elvis Presley to performances in Rochester today, Syracuse again tomorrow, New Haven, Connecticut, Springfield, Massachusetts, and anywhere else they can find his name on a marquee. That's pretty awesome. Does anybody know Richard Hess and Patricia Ann Cervone? If so, please send them to this channel so we can talk about that. Just to know I'm breathing the same air as him is enough for me, said Hess, who eagerly flashes a wallet photo of himself and Elvis taken Las Vegas. Epic director. So Miss Cervone hands out a card listing her as director of Epic Elvis Presley Information Center in Atlantic Beach and boasts that last night was her 150th Elvis concert. He's the greatest of all time, she said, with all the firmness of historical truth. For the 3,300 plus fans of all ages, Elvis was indeed the greatest and has been since they first heard his Mississippi bred baritone quiver through a radio speaker and into their boxes. The men have no trouble coming to terms with Elvis. Well, he's a he-man, said one, and an all-American male, said the other. For women, it's his eyes or his style, or I can't tell you because I'm embarrassed. I was a little too old for him when he first started, said Miss Pam Bagazi. Now I'm a lot younger. Interesting, huh? Tammy Wheeler, an 11-year-old who came from Port Byron, with her parents, got a very youthful start with Elvis. Fan since 4. I've been a fan since I was 4, she said matter-of-factly, and added, I love his looks. Not everyone had as little difficulty as Tammy expressing her feelings about Elvis. A registered nurse at the War Memorial dispensary said she ran out of aspirin tablets an hour before the concert, treating people for nervous tension. Aspirin tablets for nervous tension. Anybody heard of that? I don't know if that really works or not, or whether that was just something that was just out there. Aspirin for nervous tension. Anyways, let's continue with this cool article. I just can't believe this, she said. I had one boy from Buffalo who said he paid $90 for a ticket and who complained he was hopped up all day about Elvis. So $90 a ticket. I don't know if that was the actual ticket prices at the time. War Memorial manager Pete Napier said many of the excited fans lined up to take their seats at 5 p.m., 2 hours before the door opened. Fortunately for the medical profession, most left their nervous and other energies in the auditorium when they departed 6 hours later. So gross sales, they also left a good deal of money with an estimated gross ticket sales of $200,000 plus for the 2 Elvis concerts and thousands more for enthusiastically promoted Elvis buttons, photos, and programs. No one, however, complained about paying $12.50 each or driving hundreds of miles to catch a glimpse or an airfill of America's most successful rock and roller. For Elvis, I thought the price was cheap, said Linda McDowell of Phoenix. For me, he's like an old friend. Syracuse headquarters. The Presley entourage, several dozen strong, arrived in his own jet for 3 days in Syracuse. Although he performs in Rochester tonight, the company will remain headquartered here. The star's personal security force was bolstered by members of the Syracuse Police Department. Looks like this next article is written by Joan E. Vader-Buncourt. Bestowing kisses, shaking hands, passing out white and blue scarves by the dozens, and singing is almost as well as he did in his early days of his career, the phenomenal Elvis Presley played to a capacity crowd at the War Memorial. For 1 solid hour, the Southern-born singer turned the concert into a love feast. Yet, until the end, no one rushed onto the stage, leaving the security guards omnipresent in the wings with no duty to perform. Women, even a few males, were permitted down front for the ritual of shaking hands and kissing and tossing of scarves. Some of the wipes of chiffon covered with the literal sweat of Elvis Presley's brow. This is really hard to read. It's a bit blurry. Sorry about that. If his fans screamed, clapped, squealed, and jumped up and down in controlled adulation, it annoyed the rock and roll star not one iota. Instead, Presley appeared to be enjoying himself hugely, joking with his big retinue of performers as well as the audience. In turn, the latter laughed at his jokes and applauded their pleasure at his performance. Pelvis passe? Almost gone now are the pelvic movements once branded so obscene that Ed Sullivan insisted Elvis' appearances on his show be shown from the waist up, but there remains almost perpetual movement as he taps his foot, executes a split, or does a little dance. And they still raise squeals from the loyal legions. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Elvis did the splits and stuff. Presley talks a lot with the ease of someone in control of the situation and a rapport with his audience. His jokes are small, but always rewarded with big laughs. Here's a sample of a joke. Before we go any further, I'd like to lay down for a few minutes. Or upon receiving a miniature guitar, he says, it shrunk. Or 3 red roses, they're dying. Forsaken so is his guitar, which is played for one number, then stowed away by one of his singers, whose other chores include handing the singer a water and replacing the scarves. That would be Charlie Hodge right there. The instrument presence of a large orchestra as well as 10 singers, all but 2 of them are used to warm up acts in the opening half. No disappointments at all. No Presley fan was disappointed by failure to reprise his hits ranging from Hound Dog to the sad saga of Sally Ann. I've got to say I don't recognize that. Sally Ann? To Jailhouse Rock, to Let It Be, to Funny How Time Slips Away. I bet you that was supposed to say Polk Salad Annie. He also sang Can't Help Falling in Love with You. A few were omitted, but not enough to cause a riot. The singer noted that the bicentennial with a near operatic version of America the Beautiful, in which he incorporated narration of the words. So we're talking 1976 here. Another high moment of the performance in the concert came with the performance of his new record, I'm Hurt. Oh, that's phenomenal. One of my favorite right there. Besides Sumner and the quartet, the concert kickoff boasted as sweet inspirations, a trio of black girl singers, comedian Jackie, and an orchestra from the Las Vegas Hilton. The latter resort received several plugs throughout the evening. All were accorded fair receptions, but it was Elvis night, and no one was going to top him. There's a strain in the upper register, yet otherwise he sounded great. Following a finale that was worthy of Queen Elizabeth, the superstar strolled on stage and answered the question of where did the NBC Peacock go? The bird is adorning his gold, red, and blue green beads, the light blue vest and trousers of the singer. A white shirt with ruffles at the cuffs completed his stage attire. 2 large rings, a diamond cross pendant, and a second necklace comprised his jewels. And I guess that's really where this article ends. Anyways, thanks for being here with me. And once again, it's pretty blurry. I try to read it as good as I can. Take care, TCB, TLC. Love you guys so much.